Scanning for audio.
Hello and welcome to a Tin Dog podcast. I'm holding the mic this close to my face because my voice is absolutely knackered. I've not recorded a podcast for several weeks because I've as you can imagine, as well as my voice being knackered and the fact that I've got a cough that could wake the dead, I've also appear to have pulled the quad in my right leg, which means I'm doing some exciting limping. Oh yes, it's very exciting. So, this time I'm going to be talking about Torchwood, monthly release number 82, Missing Molly. The synopsis is quite short. Molly went missing from the estate 12 years ago. Ianto remembers it because he lived just round the corner. Only Molly's come back. Ianto is just interested, as her parents, in what happened to her. Okay, so here we go. There are 3 Torchwood monthly releases, all written by Gareth David Lloyd, starring Gareth David Lloyd as Ianto. Now, obviously we're big Torchwood fans. You know as well as me that the Torchwood monthly release is what kind of keeps you going. It's regular, and it's dark, and it's thought-provoking. And this ticks all of those boxes. It genuinely does. You see, some people say, writers, they should just be writing, and actors, they should just be acting. But here's the thing. That's nonsense. The actual thing is that certain actors have inhabited a role for such a long time that they, firstly, know that character inside and out. But secondly, and here's the most important part, they can take that character to new places that other writers can't. Here's what I mean. When you're writing for a show, you take the episodes that already exist. This happened to Colin Baker. And the writers watch the episodes that already exist, and then they produce something in the same vein, continuing the same sort of thing. And it takes a lot to develop a character and move it on. But with an actor inhabiting the role and knowing this character inside and out, they can take that character to the envelope of what they know that character to be. Here we've got a perfect example. You see, there are things hinted at, possibilities of storyline that could have happened within the narrative, things that are very un-Torchwoody, things that are just a little bit more real world, seedy, terrible, and downright bloody awful. They could have happened to Molly. But of course it's a Torchwood world, and you have to keep thinking about this. It has to keep coming back to it every time, that what's actually happened to Molly is something fantastical, rather than just terrifying, like she's been locked in a basement somewhere. Yes, it's happening in Cardiff, so you kind of get an idea of what might have been possibly behind it, but that's the mechanics of the story. That's not what we're dealing with here. What we're dealing with here is an in-depth character piece where Ianto is evolved. It's a different Ianto from last time where we had him in the underground. Now here we have a more, he's just lost his cyber girlfriend, thanks Chris. And here we've got him broken and trying to get back into everybody's good books. But it's still dark. And it's still very, very good. I wouldn't skip this one. I would definitely experience it and just let it permeate you, because there are moments, especially if you're a parent, where it's just so damn dark and very Torchwood. I can't wait for next time's, which looks a little bit more light-hearted. I just love this range. Here we go, and until next time, be seeing you.
Molly! Molly! Where is she? Where is she, Molly?
From Big Finish Productions, Torchwood,
Missing Molly.
My daughter, Molly, went missing 12 years ago from a fair in Penarth. She was 9.
Missing Molly.
What?
Oh, sorry. I remember it. I grew up on this estate. Missing Molly Morgan. It was all over the news. So...
She's upstairs.
I went home.
What if it's not really Molly? Oh, there's something wrong with her. What happens to her then?
Then we'll find a way to make everything right.
Dada! It's me! Molly! Molly Moo! I miss you.
No! Who are you really? Big Finish. For the love of stories.
It got dark. I knew you were looking for me, but the sea is so big.
That was the Tin Dog Podcast. Everything discussed is the intellectual property of others. No infringement is intended. For early access to reviews, follow the show on YouTube or Twitter @Tin Dog Podcast. To contact the show, email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.